Okay guys, that's out of order. So I need to go to the ladies. Hello, any ladies? Look at this bathroom guys. I love this. Just look at the decoration in here. This massive stone sink. Beautiful. Assalamu alaikum guys. Today I am meeting a special brother who has a very complicated case in his village. He's got so many court cases going on for the past 5 years, so I want to catch up with him. What advice has he got for the people? How can his advice help you if you've got a potential issue going on? Remember, suspecting people of doing wrong is not a good thing, but if you've got evidence, then what do you do? So I'm gonna meet this brother and inshallah take you guys with me. Look at this. We finished this so quickly. How do you survive the hot months? You have to stay hydrated. You have to have a water cooler. So this was dispensing cold water for us, 19 liters. We only pay 140 rupees to have this refilled, and it's delivered free as well. That's a great plus, a local brand. It's time to go to Islamabad. Oh, look at that. Look at that heat. जी कूलर भी ऑन किया आप। Once again, the car has been in the shade, so it's showing 34 degrees in the shade, right? So you can imagine how hot it is out there. So I'm going to meet a brother in Islamabad. We're going to a nice fancy place called Bistro Noir. Bistro Noir. Is it French? I don't know. Is it Italian? I have no idea. Bismillah. I believe it's in the F sector, F7. So we're going to talk about land. So not land grabbing, land selling, something like that. But again guys, everything comes with its positives and negatives. Moving to Pakistan, I'm telling you, I had one of the toughest and hardest times of my life in the first 6 months of moving here, and majority I would say 99% was due to my family. Say hello to the camera.
Oh, Sherry's got you on the cook report.
No. Why are you shy for? Why are you shy for?
He goes, Jabbi koi ladki dekho, mera dil bhi astaghfirullah.
Oh yeah, I remember that video. Sherry's been sending funny memes. driving into F7. This is F7/3, and again, once again, something I really like about what they've done here in Islamabad, the way they've laid it out. So we've probably got some embassies here, government type offices, and then homes right next to them. You can't tell the difference between a home and an office. They just make everything look like it's a residential area. And behind these houses is a busy place with really nice posh restaurants, but you can't tell, you just can't see no traffic, nothing. Right, beautiful homes or offices, wherever they might be. Take a right here and then watch at the end of this road. So homes here on the left, they're definitely homes, and then you get this. Let's park in the car park. Okay, I'm gonna hit you. So we're right next to a park here. We've got Robert's Coffee there, and then next to it is Bistro Noir. Here comes the parking attendant running for his life.
He's too late.
He's too late. Oh, it's just...
Oh my god, it's so hot.
Is it really hot? We had the AC on all that time.
Walk in the park with me.
We're in this heat.
Sweater, hold it.
So I'm gonna check if that brother's here or not. I don't know where he is. We agreed to meet up here at Bistro Noir for 5 o'clock. I'm 7 minutes early. Let's see. Oh, he's here. ऊपर बैठना है। जी जी जी। Let's look. Bar type place down here. Jazakallah. Do you want to sit on that side and I'll sit on this side? Okay guys, that's out of order. So I need to go to the ladies. Hello, any ladies? Look at this bathroom, guys. I love this. Just look at the decoration in here. This massive stone sink. Beautiful, clean place. Okay, me and the brother had a delicious meal at Bistro Noir. I will share the price with you guys of how much everything cost. We're just at the masjid here, just right by the restaurant. The restaurant's just over there. We're gonna pray Asr and then inshallah share some of his insight into fraud that can take place in different levels, from lawyers to the land registry, to your family, to the court system, to the judges, everything, just to give you guys a bit of advice. If you've got a situation similar to him, maybe this will give you a head start. The brother wanted to remain anonymous because he does have a lot of court cases going on right now. I did manage to get some advice from him. So this is for people who have land that has been passed down in generations. So it might not be on the new computerized system. It's very hard to make fraudulent documents with the computerized system. So this is when everything was paper based, and this could be land that was purchased even 30 years ago, 40 years ago, or land that's been passed down from generation to generation. Now what he was saying was for 15 years they did not know that the younger brother who was living in Pakistan was selling off the land that did not belong to him. So firstly, money was sent to him over the years to purchase land nearby in the village. He was purchasing the land and putting it on the right person's name. Later he started to put it on his own name, the new land. So then what he started doing over the course of 15 years, he started slowly selling what was on his name, which wasn't actually his. And then once he finished selling what was on his name, he started selling what wasn't on his name. And this is what I wanted to find out. How on earth was that even possible? So what the brother said was that the issue is fraudulent farz issued by corrupt patwari. So the farz is a legal document showing the ownership of the land. Now if the patwari, who's the person who's in charge of the land registry, is corrupt, now each area will have its own land registry office where they have all the documents, so who owns what land, and sometimes because it's passed on from father to son, etc., etc., some can be miles long worth of paperwork. So what happened here was that the younger brother was able to pay the corrupt Patwari to make fraudulent farz papers to show that the property and the land is on his name. And what he was doing then was he was selling it to people and saying, you know what, you take this land, I'll sell it to you, you can check the land itself. He somehow verified that this is the land, but it wasn't. He was using the wrong numbers, and I'll go into the numbers they call khiwat and khasra number. That's what identifies the plot numbers from one another in a chunk of land, a big chunk of land basically. And what he was doing was he would take one farz paper and say, okay, I'm going to sell this to you, and then what he will do with that same paper, have it remade and sell it to somebody else, and then sell it to somebody else, and sell it to somebody else. And then he'd say to all of them, give me a down payment and then just keep paying it in monthly installments. So now he's got 4 down payments on the same patch of land which doesn't belong to him, and it's a false document which he's paid the Patwari to falsify, and it's got the Patwari's stamp on there to prove it. So it's like a legal document which is actually fraudulently made. And then now he's got 4 down payments on that same patch of land that doesn't belong to him, and he's getting monthly payments on one piece of land that each person thinks they own it and doesn't know that the other person's also paying a down payment and is also paying monthly installments. And that's how he managed to sell one piece of land. Most farz have the stamp and signature of the Patwari who issued it, and are usually in red and blue pen writing. However, the farz is only issued if you have malkiyat, ownership, on their record. But like in this case where the younger brother was selling it, even though he ran out of ownership, so he was selling land that was on his name, even though he didn't pay for it, it wasn't his money, it was meant to be on his elder brother's name. So after he started selling that land, he started selling his elder brother's land that was on his elder brother's name. So he somehow still managed to get these with the corrupt Patwari in order to keep selling land. The only issue he had, he managed to get these papers to prove ownership of land. However, physically he had nothing to show for it, hence why he was giving qabza to the buyers from our land. So qabza just means a chunk, partition of the land that belongs to somebody else. They have been selling it on to a buyer at a really good rate that they can't refuse. So what the brother was saying, that he's not too familiar with the computerized land registry, which is the more common form of registering land if you purchased it now in the last 10-20 years or so. So this is the old method. So if anyone has, like I said, property that's been passed down from father to son, or is still in the paper form, then you guys need to be listening to this. If there is any issues, like this brother said himself, they had no ideas for the last 15 years that the land was being sold without them knowing, and all this fraudulent behavior was taking place behind the scenes. So he goes, generally with a computerized method, it's very difficult to tamper with it, which is the reason why they've computerized everything, to prevent all these dodgy things happening with Patwaris, etc. And guess what? Patwaris can get paid £1,000 per fraudulent paper that they do. Because think about it, if something's worth, let's say, £5,000, if you give £1,000 to the land register guy, pay him off, then you've still got £4,000 in your pocket for free, and it's not even your land. The brother gives some advice. I would give the best advice I would give: get someone you trust and who understands the Patwari's system, and to check records. Once you've got proof of being done over by whoever it may be, then the next point of action is down the route of taking it to court. With my court cases, I remember when my court cases started, the judge requested and summoned the Patwari and Tehsildar to attend court and bring the records to confirm what was being said and what the record show. I've still got all my papers and will show you sometime inshallah how they went through the records of checking everything by calling them in. Regarding if someone has built on it, so if you've sold land, well, if somebody's fraudulently sold land, that's not and it's not computerized, and the person who's purchased it, even though they technically haven't purchased it, because it's on false papers with Patwari, and that person now built on that land thinking that it's their land, what will happen? What he said was, regarding if someone has built on it, there isn't much you can do apart from go down the legal route and ask the court to give you qabza, so give you that portion back, with police assistance, so the police will come down and just maintain order. As I'm sure you'll know, no one would ever want to leave their home just like that. It's not easy, but you just need to be patient and trust the system, and if you have all the proof and evidence there, then the court case should go in favor like it did for him. And then obviously, as that person is no longer the owner of that land and have their intiqal or registry cancelled by the local tehsil, then by law they have no right to be there anymore and should pay you for the land as you are the legal owner regardless of what's built on it. So they would have to pay for the land again. So even though they've paid somebody who had fraudulent papers, it's not actually their land. So if they want it, if you fought through court and repossess that land, you'd have to pay you again for that land if they want to keep, if they want it. So yeah, so it can, land issues can get very, very messy. I've also received a lot of your guys' feedback from the last YouTube video. So it's always good to share your stories, because the more that you share the stories, the more I can tell other people what they have experienced, or hopefully you don't get into a messy situation like the brother I met today. I hope nobody else can will go through that, because that, the way he explained it to me from start to end, honestly, would you really want to be leaving your home, your family, seeing your family's health deteriorate in the process, whilst you're fighting these cases more or less on your own, paying all this money, not knowing how long it's going to take, and yet they're like 5 years in and they're still ongoing. So I hope this type of hardship doesn't go in towards anyone's way, especially those that are intending to make hijrah here to Pakistan. Asif Dutch Master, thank you for your comment. He said it's the same for many families. They should never put blind trust with anyone. Greed corrupts the soul. I completely agree. The main argument I've heard till this date is from the people that want to take over your land or your property is that you live in the West, why do you need it? Name 7466. Some relatives in Pakistan don't want their relatives who live abroad to come and settle down. They probably feel jealousy due to the fact we'll be living much more comfortably than them, as we'll be living off Western currency. Things would be easily affordable compared with the average middle class, lower class, in cases where the relative is living in the house under the pretense of looking after it for the owner. Living abroad definitely doesn't want the owner to come and live, just occasionally visit for a few weeks. Completely agree. Again, another argument that comes up, people are fighting cases in court. They've told me that the argument has always been put forward by the people doing the land grabbing is that you only come for about a month or two. What is it to you? What happens to the land? What do you care if it gets sold off or somebody else takes it? So thank you for your input. A Khan 6778. Oh come on bro, you guys never heard of this before? It's happened and still happening to nearly every UK people, especially around our ends in Pakistan. Where is your ends in Pakistan? One guy just the other day was telling me his dad been working here in the UK for 35 years in the mill. He's been sending money to his brother. I think you live in Yorkshire. That's where they have the mills, don't they? money to his brother in Pakistan to buy land over there. He went to Pakistan a few years ago thinking he'll put the land on his son's name. His uncle in Pakistan said to his dad, "What land? That land is mine. You don't need land here. You're living a good life in the UK." Wow, deep. Once again, thank you for your input. There seems to be this issue of expecting ownership, not only on just land that you haven't actually built on, just plain land, but also on property. So if you've got family living in that property rent free, they are also going to assume ownership. That's what I hear time and time again. It's very hard to ask them to leave nicely. They just do not want to leave. Entity Arif 8404, it's best to always have property documents in order in Pakistan. I mean, that's what the brother today I met was saying, that it's always good to check things through at your local land registrar or patwari. Also get a second patwari that someone trusts somewhere. Pay him, even if you need to, £150 a month to dig up all the old files and put everything in order, depending on how much land there is. Someone's paid so many thousands of pounds just digging up papers, and it took 6 months. So you can imagine that some people have a lot of land here in Pakistan, and they're fighting cases for it. So some of these unfortunate circumstances where you fall out with your own siblings over dispute of land means that your sons are now fighting cases for up to 10 years of their life. It's best to always have property documents in order in Pakistan, and make sure property that you buy or is yours is only in your name. You have to be ready to prove your side in courts. From personal experience, I think things are a little better than before, because the courts are ruling against all these fake claims and land grabs. Yeah, I've heard that things are changing now in the court system, where it's making things slightly more easier, but still people have the right to appeal and things can go on. It can take 10 odd years just sorting out your land grab issue. So really, honestly, some people, like the brother I spoke to today, everyone has that choice. Leave it, let bygones be bygones. You take it, it's yours. You sell it, it's all fraudulent, who cares, you have it. Or you fight till the end. Fighting till the end actually comes with its own benefits, because if you challenge this system, it also has a positive impact, because now other people will think twice before doing something fraudulent in that area, because now they've got a case to think about and a case to talk about, how somebody from the UK came to Pakistan, fought cases, 12 odd cases, paid the lawyer 80,000 rupees at a time per case, spent 10 years, fought the cases, got all the land back. That has a good ending, in my honest opinion. But yeah, thank you all for your comments and feedback. It was great meeting the brother today. Nice chat, nice catch up. Good to see and hear about a very, very difficult case. So it's very saddening to hear how the parents' health can deteriorate in the process, and how some people have to stay very focused and rely on no other than Allah to give the power to fight for justice, to fight for what's right. If it's rightly yours, fight for it. That's what the brother was saying. Until next time, guys, Assalamu alaikum.